Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Avernum 5. So last time we just emerged from these mines here that we stumbled into from pretty far away actually. And after dealing with some pretty interesting encounters along the way, we got a bunch of frozen worms here apparently, which I think we did not successfully calm down, so they might attack any moment. We are not buffed. Now I could just reload, or I could just hope for the best. I mean, that buff is still active because I did rebuff that more recently. That makes sense. I'm really surprised we're not in combat yet. Let's see, how tough are these? I mean, they have a little bit of health. Let's see here. You probably want your fiery blade against those frozen worms. We want some attack power, and yeah, let's just go. We could, of course, I mean, I was thinking about just, or planning to just head back east to finish exploring that map there, looking around there, and then we have this map here. Mana is not looking terrible right now, but it could be better. And of course, I believe that Muck is actually right to the west from here, so we could just head in that direction and quickly refresh. Maybe we'll do that. I mean, I've already started walking in this direction for some reason, so I guess there's that. Anyway, long story short, just make away at these worms. Okay, good start. Whoa. Extremely good. Why don't we fire blast all of those? Okay. Oh, she's hasted, I forgot. Well, yep, that would do the trick. Bronze spear. Oh, right, she's still full. Some money. Fall crystal. Another fall crystal. Group haste. Oh, wait. She has those? Yeah. For what it's worth. And we got a digging spot here. Spiritual herbs. Okay. Nothing too amazing, but oh well. Right, and this would be Muck. Yes, now entering Muck. You enter the village of Muck. Yeah, well, briefly at least. Not sure if I want to actually stay here. I mean, I suppose I could. I'm expecting to find at least a couple of quests here, right? So it would make sense to pick those up first. Wasn't really planning to, you know, go visit a town now, but I suppose I might as well. I mean, it would be kind of silly to just turn around now since I'm already here. Anyway, you enter the village of Muck. It sits in the lowest point of the Azure Gallery. Everything is damp and the stone is covered with patches of mold and fungus. The normal cave sounds are punctuated by the coughing of the inhabitants. It's a precarious place to put a town. If a cave quake causes the river to the east to overflow, this place will be flooded. Of course, they didn't choose to live here. They are stuck here for now. The people are a tired, dispirited lot. They are miners, adventurers, and people who made the mistake of not finding a place to settle earlier. Now they're stuck, camped at the end of the line, waiting for a way out. That sounds quite miserable. Muck Guards. There are only a handful of Evernight soldiers in Muck. Their equipment is poor and their morale is low, but they have a remarkable resolve. They're determined to do serious damage to any giant that comes here. Okay. I mean, did these originally arrive here as settlers and they just joined the newly founded guard of Muck, or did Avernum actually officially send soldiers of the regular army, I guess, with the settlers? Huh. Who knows? I guess we might learn a little bit more about Muck's history from people like this person here. Let's see here. Alchemy Workshop. Well, probably not so much history here, but we'll see. Chasha. The exotic plant life of the northern frontier has drawn many alchemists. Even in Muck, a skilled crafter of potions can produce valuable goods. Of course, getting them back to civilization is still an unsolved problem. Yeah, I mean, making valuable goods doesn't really do you much good out here, huh? This alchemist is a Slicerikai. That is probably a good choice. It's a good choice to be a Slicerikai? I mean, it's not really a choice, but okay. Her thick skin has done an admirable job of resisting the many caustic chemicals poured onto it. She says, I'm Chasha, alchemist. I have potions. I sell, I make for you. I make while still safe. Sure, I would like to buy a potion. Let's pretend that's the case. Oh, that's expensive. I mean, it is also 4 free, well, not free in this case, but 4 extra skill points, so that's nice. I would still have more than 10k after buying that. It is seriously tempting, although we already have a couple of those lying around, so I guess I don't, desperately need it right now. How did you come to be here? I follow the same path as many, looking for own place, own secret tunnels to hunt for plants. Now I am at Muck. Here I defend, not like Highground. You were at Highground? Yes. They tried to get me to stay. The mayor is Dorikas. I do not like what I see in her eyes. She is not good. I come here instead. Okay, so I guess, well, I mean, we'll see if people here are actually the, just the downtrodden underdogs, I guess, but good at heart, whereas the guys at Highground are all just corrupt and cruel. I don't know. It seems a little bit too easy, but who knows. Are there quality herbs here? The humans, they hate the wet and the slime. I find it good, and the herbs grow strong. Where can I look for herbs? The alchemists, we never share that secret. We keep our secret places secret. Makes sense. Is it dangerous here in Muck? We are afraid, all afraid. We are trapped. Fear of giants, of flood, waiting for help from Avernum. Closest thing to help we get is you. Well, good luck then. Not enough troops. I try to get help, scratching under our feet. Hear things. Nobody comes. Scratching under your feet, you say? You heard something under your feet? When I am below making potions. Is hard over bubbling, but I hear. Things in walls. They say it's fumes. Smell makes me crazy. It's not it. Hear things when close to wall. I offer potions to those who go down and see what is there. Nobody helps. Well, you found someone. Although, do we actually have a quest? I guess maybe it'll pop up after we exit the dialogue here. Can you make a potion for me? She did say so. I can for herbs. Right herbs. List of what I need here in room, or somewhere. What potion? Healing elixir, curing elixir, speed elixir, energy elixir, invulnerability potion. Okay, that might be useful. Knowledge brew. Healing, spiritual, and energetic herbs. Grey mold and mandrake root. Okay. So one of each, basically. I mean, honestly, that is probably the best use, considering I have probably enough invulnerability potions and elixirs for, to last me through all the remaining super difficult combats. Not that I've used a single one so far, so, presumably I have enough. But you can never have enough, or never have too many skill points, right? So I'll definitely keep that in mind. And yes, we do have a quest to take a look at her basement. Okay, which is right here. Let's keep looking for more quests, though. Fake button. Alright. Hello, Vera. There is a merchant by the stone pathway. She has spread her meager goods out on a few mildewy rugs. She looks slightly ashamed when she meets your gaze. She clearly thought that she would have a proper shop by now, or at least a roof. I am Vera, she says, and I'm afraid that this is my shop. I apologize for it. I hope that I have something that can interest you. Well, unlikely, but I might have some things that you might want to buy. Well, it doesn't look like you have much to sell. I do not. I had a boat full of goods once. I was going to bring them down here, sell them, and get rich. What happened? Mold, rapids, thieves, a thug from Highground. Much was lost. What I have left might pay for what I spent to come here. If I survive to return to Avernum, I might not be destitute. Do you have any money to buy things? I can buy your goods, I'm glad to say. I've been doing a lot of careful trading here. I have enough coins saved up to have dreams of restocking. Why didn't Highground let you stay? They considered it. Then the merchants decided that they didn't want competition and whispered into the reptilian ear of their mayor. I was thrown out the next day. Well, let me see your wares. Might have something. I mean, mine crystals, definitely not worth buying. Grey mold, though, if I can turn that into skill points. might be worth considering, although the bottleneck is probably man recruits, right? I have least of those. Landsman, mass shield, fine lances, yeah, well. I mean, the Grey Mold is potentially maybe a little bit interesting. Let's sell some stuff. I mean, I feel kind of bad for giving her mostly junk and taking what little coin she has, but then again, you know, obviously doesn't really make a difference. Right, we wanted to sell that one, and these, and this, and this, and this. Let's see here. 15? Yeah, 15 man recruits, which is a lot, honestly. It's only one of each, right? So we could make up to 15 knowledge brews. That seems pretty insane, honestly. I would have expected that kind of potion to at least take one of these super rare ones. But I guess not, huh? It really was just the herbs and then Grey Mold and man recruit. I'm gonna double check, but yeah, that seems quite overpowered potentially. I don't know. Sergeant Bina. There are very few Avernite soldiers here. This is the only one of them who has any rank, and she is but a sergeant. Sergeant, not a surgeon. Sergeant. Still, she is the one who gives the orders, and all of the grunts are clearly inclined to obey. She isn't surprised when you enter their barracks. She looks around to see who else is here. As the other soldiers suddenly find reasons to be elsewhere, she walks up to you and speaks quietly. Your arrival is no surprise, Surface Worlder. We knew that you arrived in the Azure Gallery soon after the event. After the event? Oh, like the attack on Highground? I guess. I'm Sergeant Bina. I'm in command of the handful of soldiers here. I'm not supposed to speak with you. The mayor forbids it. However, I have an offer to make you. It would benefit us both. Okay. You're working behind the back of the mayor? That seems... I don't know. Seems problematic, perhaps? You don't have many soldiers here. She looks suspicious. We have what reached here. What? Or who, I guess. Don't be fooled. We have plenty of ways to defend ourselves. That question made you sound like a spy. Did it? The sergeant understandably doesn't want to tell you more about the location of Avernite forces. Okay, sure. I mean, she came forward with an offer or a request for me in the first place, right? Anyway, tell me about Muck. I cannot tell you more than what you see with your own eyes. We are the trapped settlers, blocked between the river and the barrier, betrayed by our own people. Until there is a way for us to expand or escape, we are in a miserable situation. The river blocks you? We have no way to go back up the river that brought us here. Someday there will be a road, but we don't have the ability to build it. We can't go down the river because it spouts out into a gigantic chasm. Thus, that exit is close to us. What is the barrier? The other exit from the Azure Gallery is to the south, a broad tunnel that ends in a huge magical barrier, old magic, that we have not been able to pierce. Okay. Maybe finally a sign of those Vanatai I haven't run into, but I'm expecting to run into at some point. Maybe sometime soon. Thus we can't go forward and we can't go back. Yeah. Can I see this barrier? I mean, I assume I can. The road is just southeast of Muck. Look if you want. I won't go back. Tinkering with mysterious magic is rarely safe. Well, you wish to make me an offer. Even though, I guess for some reason you suspect that we might be spies. Don't really know how that makes sense, but okay. The mayor believes that you are a spy. Oh, okay. I guess. That would explain that. He does not want us to help you. He's probably being wise, but our situation is desperate. I have heard that you sometimes help Avernites. I want to ask for your help. Interesting. I'm assuming that really is based on our actions in the past. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe the game just assumes that we would have probably... Most players would probably have helped the occasional Avernite. I mean, I guess you only deal with Avernites, right? All the quests you do are for Avernites. Well, 90% of them, I guess. So you're quite likely to have helped them in the past. Anyway, perhaps I can help you. Depends, I guess. I'm glad. You will not hurt the cause of the Empire by assisting a few hungry and pathetic settlers. You aren't so sure about that, but you let it pass. Seriously? Come on, game. This first task is a small one. I would not let you know our true situation until I am sure that you have at least a little bit of interest in helping us. We have a supply cache southeast of here. Oh. Well, it's in the south wall of the gallery, south of where the river flows into the chasm. Giant raiders have invaded it. Destroy them and let us know that the deed is done before our rivals on Highground find out. Then we can recover the crystals before those thugs take them. Well, I feel kind of bad for them. But unfortunately, it's already too late in this case. So I've cleared the giants out of the cache, but Highground knows about it. I mean, I suppose I should still tell her, even though she's probably going to be upset and, you know. Curse them! How did they find out so quickly? They will surely have stolen our crystals by now. Stones that were rightfully earned by us. She's too tired and angry to think calmly about the issue. Okay, good for us. She may come to suspect you later, but for now, she still seems to think that you can help her. I mean, I would love to help her. You know. With other matters, of course. At least you expelled some giants from our lands. For that we are grateful. Perhaps since you have skill and a giant hunter? What? As a giant hunter, I guess. I can hire you for another task. Sure, go ahead. This is a difficult mission, but I believe that you are capable. If you succeed, I will give you a weapon that has been in my family for generations. It is a sacrifice, but it is one I must make. I mean, honestly, if you tell me what kind of weapon it is, I might just be able to tell you outright that you can keep it, because there are very few weapons that we're actually interested in. Even potentially. So, well, I'm gonna help anyway. The Spire of the Giants is to the east, sticking up out of the river. The people of Highground have beaten them into submission, but this will not last. Muck can't be safe while the Giants are strong. We want you to kill Queen Gach, leader of the Giants. Then we will reward you. Helping a straggling Avernite town to establish itself. A questionable act for an Empire soldier. Is it more questionable, though, than helping an already established settlement that's really only barely more civilized than this one? And clearly inhabited by all jerks. I mean, I really don't see how there's any kind of, I don't know, moral issue for, even if we're role-playing as loyal Imperials, which we are obviously not. How can I enter the giant fortress? Well, we already know several ways, so... They have a main gate, but it is well defended. Many tunnels honeycomb the Azure Gallery, though. Sure, some of them might lead into their spire. Surely. Can you tell me anything about the Queen? We have not dealt with her. Only the mayor of Highground has. That is another reason why she must be killed quickly. Yeah, well... It's true. Oh, wow. Helping Muck... quest completed, well, yeah, kind of. And the Giant Queen. Well, obviously, those two quests to go and ask the Queen to attack Muck, or to go and assassinate her, are pretty much mutually exclusive. But I'm very much inclined to actually help these guys here. I mean, at least so far. We'll see. Change my opinion, but so far, people here definitely seem to need my help much more, and deserve it more, perhaps. The mayor of Muck is a huge man. His skin is unusually dark for an Avernite. He wears the silk sash that he brought into the frontier, though it is now frayed and stained. He asks for your papers, but barely gives them a glance and hands them back to you. You note that he is never far from the weapons on the nearby table. I'm Burko. I lead the people here. I try to give them the protection Avernum struggles to give to all its people. You are not an Avernite. I will not hinder your passage, but I will not give you any information or aid until I am assured by someone higher up that you are not a spy. Well, I mean, we have papers. Can I not show them? How did you come to be mayor here? Avernum told me that I had authority and sent me into the frontier. They told me to bring order where I could. I was not wanted in the Drake Pillars or Solberg's lands. Yanama didn't want me. Highground turned me away. I ended up here. I want to know something about Muck. I have to let you into our town. You can already learn too much simply by looking around. Do you need any help? We do. Some think that we are desperate enough to be able to ask Empire soldiers for help. I do not, and I am in charge. Well, okay, I'm just gonna help your people then. Whoa. Why would I rat out on Sergeant Bina? That makes no sense. Alright, suit yourself. I mean, seriously, I have absolutely no reason to do him any favors, or to, to betray Bina. So, that's an odd option to be given. Now that I've made myself clear, I must return to work, get some supplies, move along. Yeah. I'm not done here, though. Can I go farther into the frontier? I mean, try to stop me. There is a passage farther in. It's to the southeast. There is a magical barrier blocking it. You're welcome to try to pass it. That's all he's going to say. Alright. Well, I'm looking for the assassin Dorikas. Do you know anything about him? I mean, would he actually... Could he actually be in league with Dorikas? I guess it's not impossible. He looks you in the eye. Please be confident that I'm telling the truth. The truth is the best way to get you to leave. We know nothing of Dorikas or the Darkside Loyalists. If any of them were here, we would hand them to you tied up with a bow. With a bow? Bow? They are not here. I mean, you might be telling the truth, you might not be. I really have no way of telling. Only because you swear that you're telling the truth. It's hardly enough to convince me. I mean, obviously for now, until I see any evidence otherwise, I have no reason to believe that you are lying to me, but, you know. Assassin worms. Well, didn't expect to get the quest here when the people directly affected by them, you know, were sitting there not giving me the quest, but okay. Our mines have been infested with assassin worms. These spiny terrors travel in swarms and should not be underestimated. That is why we are hiding in town. The mines just east of town are full of them. Boar will pay a generous bounty to the first hunter who can slay 24 of them. Well, I can only assume that we've slain at least that many of them. Now all we have to do is find Boar. Message Shafrir. Oh, okay. Good thing I didn't kill him. I mean, didn't let him stay dead. A scroll has been tacked on the board. It's sealed with wax and bears the name Shafir, Azure Gallery, North Wall. It gives no indication of a reward or who this Shafir is. Huh. Okay. I don't know, that's probably mostly to direct players toward him. In case they missed him on the way here. Although, you know, I don't know. I guess it's possible not to see him. Although his tower is also very prominently marked on the map, so yeah. Seems unlikely for someone to just miss him. But anyway, claim thieves. From Sergeant Bina. Thieves from Highground have been defacing the claim markers we have placed just west of the central pit. Just west of the central pit. I guess I've seen some defaced markers there. But that's also the map that we only started briefly exploring, right? Search for the rogues and teach them a lesson. Okay, I'm pretty sure we haven't found those. We aren't sure where they hide out. However, they must be moving from marker to marker. Perhaps if you look around the markers enough, they will turn up. Generous money paid for success. Sure. Restock. Vera is trying to replenish her stock. She will pay surprisingly well for a small set of mundane items. They are common in the rest of Avernum, but precious out here. She needs a pipe, a pair of scissors, a potted plant, a fishing pole, and a vase. And I believe we should have all those things, because I've been holding on to those for almost the entire game at this point. Let's see. Aha. Vera takes the items reverently. There are some miners who will trade a lot of crystals for these things. I mean, it's only one of each. I don't know how long they're going to last you, but, you know, you're welcome anyway. Find a good strike, and they get stupid. In return, she gives you several grimy sheets of papyrus. Group heal, group haste, mass bless. Alright. Group haste. Yep. Wait. Why did I give that to him? Yes, okay. Right. Those were those. Now we still have these. I guess we can put these skill point items down here for some reason. Just for some more, I don't know, semblance of, I don't know, order in our inventory. Who are you? Dionicio. Oh, Dionicio! Wow. That's the guy. I couldn't remember his name. And I didn't run into him in, like... No, actually I did run into him in Solberg's land, right? In Tranquility. I think? Yeah, of course I did. Once again, you meet Dionicio. So yeah, we did not actually encounter him in the Anomalands or in Highground. So I had kind of given up on the, given up the hope of ever meeting him again. I don't know, hope is maybe a very strong word. Not that our past encounters were particularly friendly. Once again, you meet Dionicio, Avernum's hard-traveling agent in the northern frontier. He looks even more tired and worn down than he did in Solberg's tower. His clothes were nice once. Now he looks as grimy and unkempt as all the other people in Muck. He picked up a limp somewhere along the way. He has maintained his cheery demeanor, though. Well now, I knew when I heard that the Empire had invaded the Azure Gallery that it had to be you. And now you're here, trapped like me, burdened with duty, lacking good food, drink, and such amenities. Well, you're almost correct, except that we are not trapped here. We can always teleport back whenever we want. And we can definitely also find a way onward from here. So, yeah, not quite the same situation. Still, we must endure, huh? For the good of the crown and so on. Right. How did you get here? And why? I mean, he really is stuck here, huh? Once again, my route matched yours. Anomallands, Howling Depths, Highground, quite a tourist opportunity, all told, though getting to Muck was harder than I expected. Any problems in the Anomallands? Not at all. They couldn't get rid of me quickly enough. A little bribe told me why. They wanted to be prepared for them for when you arrived. Oh. How were the Howling Depths? Difficult. There was a horde of thugs there, waiting for you. I slipped past them. That's impressive. A refreshing challenge. I envied you. To be popular. I envied you. To be popular. To get so much attention. He chuckles. What do you think of Highground? I think that when I make my report and King Staros learns what they have been doing to the newer settlers, some people will pay a severe penalty. You know, I wouldn't mind that one bit. How did you pick up that limp? Undignified, eh? A giant actually saw me, threw a rock. I was too slow. A suitable punishment for my carelessness. I mean, it seems like you got away easy with just a limp. Well, where are you going now? Nowhere, I guess, yeah, nowhere. Giants one way, barrier another. Now I'm just relaxing and enjoying the sights. I suppose that you want me to help you with something? He pretends to be hurt. You wound me. I thought by now that we had a bond, a friendship. We help each other. I thought it was a beautiful thing, not a crass mercenary arrangement. Well, you would have been wrong then. I apologize. I mean, obviously he's just messing with us. Then is there any way that we can deepen the sacred bond we share, you and I? Yeah. I hesitate to mention it, so wounded am I by your suspicions. And yet, somehow, I think you will manage. Dionicio is disappointed. Empire soldiers are a prosaic lot. Yes, I want something. Something that will benefit us both. There is a barrier to the south. A magical barrier, powerful stuff, blocking the pathway into the frontier. I have no interest in breaking it down. I don't have the ability, and there is no need. This is Avernum. There are tunnels everywhere, large and small. I think that there may be a passage that can take me around the barrier. If you find it, tell me where it is. Why should I help you? I can't tell you. I can't ask you to trust me. All I can say is that it will benefit us both eventually. Is that so? Why do you even want to travel deeper into the frontier? Are there more settlements? More Avernite settlements past here? There wouldn't be, right? Not that we know of. Why do you think it will be able to pass the barrier? I will be able to pass the barrier. Well, because we're awesome? I believe that at some point, Darkside loyalists went through the barrier. They raided Highground. They came west. They disappeared. They must have gone south. Once the Empire realizes that, there is no way that the barrier will keep them from their prey. Well, I guess that's true. Seen any signs of the Darkside loyalists, speaking of which? Go ask around in Highground. They got a very close look at the villains. After that, the loyalists headed west, and yet there is no sign of them here. Is this not intriguing? Where could they have gone to? Well, okay, a new passage. It's obviously in our own best interest to look for that passage. Whether we want to tell him about it is another question. Muck, Avernum exploration outpost. It seems to predate most of the colony. This mold-covered sign, okay, seems to predate most of the colony. Interesting. There is a small camp in this cave. It has been here for a while. It probably predates the rest of the settlement. These Avernite soldiers have been trapped in the Azure Gallery longer than anyone else. There are several giant skulls on posts outside. They have not had an entirely tranquil stay. The people within are explorers. They are tired, dirty, and desperately in need of new clothes. They are surprisingly happy to see you. Your appearance gives them hope of escape. 2 of them guard a door to the west. A sign by it says, "Keep out." If you try to go past it, you suspect that they will become much less friendly. Okay, thanks for the warning. Landsman? Okay, guess you're the one to talk to. At first, you think that the armed people in this cave are adventurers. Adventurers are simply glorified mercenaries wandering around and making trouble for trained professional soldiers like yourself. Yeah, right, as if we're anything but mercenaries and adventurers at this point. Then you see that each of them bears the insignia of Avernum on their chest. It was hard to see it under all of the grime. They must be soldiers or agents of some sort. One of them, a mage if his torn and dirty robe is any indication, stands and greets you. I'm Landsman, he says, of the Avernum Northern Frontier Survey Group. Survey? Survey. I don't know. I've heard you've been sighted detuning the stone pylons we built. This makes you in some small way on our side. We've been waiting for you. He grins. You were a survey group? We were some of the first to enter the Northern Frontier, traveling at the end of a horde of settlers, miners, and suicidal idiots. We have been out here for years. Lately, though, we have been stuck. It's the end out here. Some of us managed to travel ahead, but we couldn't. Travel ahead, you say? Oh. You were out here before the humans came? Yes, the Drakes and the Drake Pullers, we helped to drive them out. We were out here before Solberg or the Anama. We helped the people of Highground fight back the giants, and we left after they went mad with greed. Now we are in Muck, waiting. What are your orders? Our exact orders? Asking that presumes on our friendship. No offense taken. Have some more ale. Did I have any ale? Okay, so some of you traveled ahead. He sighs and shakes his head. We made a mistake. We split our group. When Highground had won its safety from the giants, we were the first to camp on this patch of slimy stone. Muck, it's called now. On our first day here, some of us went out to explore the southern passage, the one not far to the southeast. They didn't come back. Later we went to find them. We found the giant barrier instead. We haven't been able to find a way past it. A horrible loss. It haunts our dreams. So, I mean, that implies that the barrier was not actually there at first, and got erected only, I guess, after humans ventured past that point and got the attention of whoever is living past that point. Obviously, Vanatai. I mean, I guess there could be some other faction in the deeper caves, but you know. What do you think is beyond the barrier? I don't know. It is old magic. It could be anything. Until it is gone, however, the Northern Frontier ends here. Well, you made the pylons. We built them. I made the enchantments. All that was needed was time for them to set, followed by someone to come and place the charged crystals. For some reason, you were given that job. I won't ask questions. Is there a stone pylon near here? Just outside town, south of the gate. Right. I was hoping and suspecting as much, but of course I haven't actually looked around. I hope that you can charge it soon. We are long overdue a trip back to civilization. I mean, again, do we know? Because I know I've asked the question in the past, but I don't know if there's been an official answer. Can other people other than us not use those pylons to travel, well, back to any of the other pylons the way we can, and just, you know, use those to leave this miserable place, for example? Why can only we use those? Is there a limit on how many people can travel through those portals safely, or, you know, within any given amount of time? Things like that. I mean, I guess there must be some kind of actual in-game, in-lore explanation for that, or else all of this makes no sense. Are there any pylons farther into the frontier? Not made by us. It's not impossible, though. Some of my people got trapped on the other side of the barrier to the south. They are good people. They know their duty. If they were able to make more pylons, they would have done it. Okay, I'm assuming that they actually did do that, and that we might... Well, I don't know if there is much of a chance of us encountering them alive, but we'll definitely find some kind of trace of them, I'm sure. Can you teach me any spells? He shakes his head. If I had the patience to teach, I would have taken a soft job in the Tower Colony. There is a wizard to the northeast named Shafrir. Talk to him. Right. Tell me about Muck. It is an unfortunate place. Poor, hungry, scared people, trapped on all sides. If you want to know more, and maybe take pity on some unfortunate, blameless souls, talk to Sergeant Bina. But not when the mayor is around. Right. Learned that much already. Okay, well, that was pretty interesting. Hello. So we're not allowed past that point. Fair enough. I'm gonna honor that for the time being. Slith. Oh, Bor. Hello. Bor listens to your tale of mad worm smashing with great interest. He gives you a large punch of coins. 1,000 coins, that's quite generous. Especially for someone living here in this place, in this extremely poor place. Huh. Anyway, a punch of coins and the gratitude of the miners of Muck. There are a lot of miners sitting around these fires. They are discussing claims, making plans, and trying to work up the courage to leave the relative safety of the city. After watching for a minute, you notice that one Nephil tends to be at the center of many of the conversations. Miners constantly approach him to ask for advice. Sensing that he is important here, you introduce yourself. Rrr, he purrs. I am Bor. I am one of the miners here, trapped and angry like all of us. I hope you are a peaceful visitor. We only want to hunt for crystals in peace. Right, let's ignore the fact that we already helped you. That's always a little bit awkward when you turn in a quest with someone first, before you even officially talk to them. How did you come to be here? It is a story you will hear a lot in this place. I entered the frontier. I went farther and farther, looking for a free place to make a claim. Then I came to here. The end. Nowhere else to go, and still no claim. So we wait. Why can't you go any farther? There is only one passage deeper into the frontier. It's to the south. It is blocked by a magical barrier. None of us have the power to pass it. You don't have a claim? I do. We all have small claims. We don't really own them, though, while Highground fights us. Will you ever go back to Avernum? Many of us want to eventually. Some of us want to give up now. We can't. There is no way back. There will be. Not yet. Are there many Nephilim miners? It is a dirty thing. We Nephilim hate the dirt. Those of us who can withstand it, we make very good miners. Why? We are small. We are strong for our size. We do not fear tight places and dark. When we want, we can use little air when we breathe. It is natural, but for the dirt. The horrible, horrible dirt. How do you help the miners? Talking, calm, reassuring them in this dark time. Keeping hate for Highground from making them mad. Making them do dumb things. I also help to hire warriors, to clear out mines, to fight for us for pay. And what might I earn money doing? Bor doesn't look surprised when you ask. I have heard that you are searching for assassins, but that you freelance. This is an opportunity for us. I will pay well in crystals for your help. For once, I ask for help from me. To east is my claim. It's marked with sign, but Highground people took it. One of their miners stole it, filled it with mines, is hiding in there now. I are not the claim jumper. The thief is. The penalty for claim jumping is death. Well, your mine was taken over by a freakish shapeshifter. I killed it, yeah. I'm really not sure if that person, if it even was a person in the traditional sense. I mean, they didn't talk to us, for example. If they really were sent by Highground, if they came from Highground at all, or if they're just a weird creature from these deep caves. Bor looks surprised. I may have been wrong. Thief was not from Highground. Yeah, well, they claimed to be from Highground, at least. According to the signs outside, so I don't know what was going on there. Thief was just a monster who saw a chance to steal. Better for such a horror to be dead, I think. Yeah, I guess I agree. He gives you a pouch of crystals. These have natural magic, very effective. Can even be used by a Nama. They are valuable, but I must pay you fairly for your help. Thank you. Well, you're welcome. Wisdom crystal, purging crystal, assault crystal. All right. Those go to her. Those go to you. All right. Okay. I'm assuming there's nothing else. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Well then, townsman. Oh, hello. Pasquale? Oh, Pascal? I don't know. This woman walks among the exhausted and hungry settlers, watching over them. Her hand rests lightly on the hilt of her blade. She seems very protective. When you get close, she inspects you and decides that you aren't an immediate threat to the people here. She walks over and greets you. I'm called Pasquale. I'm a traveler and a proud citizen of Avernum. I hope that you mean no harm to this small and unfortunate town. Then we can speak as one honorable warrior to another. Okay, let's do that. What are you doing here? I'm doing what I always do. I look for places where my skill with a blade can be put to good use. And have you seen a place in the whole of the frontier as much in need of a blade master as this sorry settlement? No, honestly I haven't. So you're a mercenary? I prefer the term adventurer. I do not belong to an army. I look for places that need a more delicate, individual effort. Are you paid to fight here? Not yet. I hope at some point that I will be rewarded for my fighting to protect this town. For now, though, hindering the plans of those wretches on Highground is enough reward for me. How did you get here? By foot and boat. The settled parts of Avernum had grown too sedate for my tastes. I wanted to explore new caverns, like the heroes of the early days. Yeah, I know those very well. Like the mighty warriors who challenged Grahoth and Garzad. I fought drakes and kytrax, and goblins and giants, of course. Then, in the end, I had to come here. Why did you have to come here? The people of Highground offered a generous sum to join their forces. They wanted people with blades and no conscience to expel the settlers who came here. I would not let them buy my soul. Instead, I came here to protect these people. Very noble. I respect that. Well, have you done much hunting in the Azure Gallery? Oh, maybe she's finally going to be able to tell me about the Thresher. Ah. I was one of the first Evernights here. I have done much hunting here, for prey with both 2 legs and 4. Only those 2 sorts? 2-legged prey? I mean giants. Don't worry. I didn't worry. Have you heard of something called the Whirling Thresher? Heard of it, yes. Fought it? No. I think of myself as brave, but I would like to see the day when my hair is grey. Fair enough. I know where the creature hunts, though. Ah, go on. It has been seen in the fens not far to the east. A creature that size must have a lair. Look for a place with a lot of bones. It is a cunning beast, though. It has a knack for avoiding those who would hunt it. You might have to stomp around a lot to irritate it into fighting you. Okay, I guess we had to talk to her to get the fight to trigger. So that's good. See, it was a good decision to come here first, after all. Not that I doubted that. Alternately, you could choose not to fight it. Remain in the world of the living a bit longer. Yeah, no. Not an option, unfortunately. Have you done much hunting? Yes. Any place where I could find monsters to hunt? I don't often see such bloodlust in the warriors of your nation. They are generally a more complacent lot. Places to hunt. Apart from the giant spire, I have seen with my own eyes that the barren honeycomb is infested with undead, a supply that is often replenished. Those creatures must come from somewhere. Oh yeah. Well, we know about that place. But thanks for reminding me. Is there anything you have tried to hunt and failed? Many things. I temper my courage with good common sense. For example, there are several large, dangerous bats in the chasm to the east, the pit the river flows into. There are too many of them, and they have been touched by magic. I could advise one who wanted to hunt them, but I will not. I would like to hunt them. They're cunning. They know to avoid the smell of blood and steel. Find their lair. That is the place they will defend. Then stay still. Their eyesight is poor, and the wind of the chasm makes it harder for them to detect your scent. If you're patient, you can draw them out. Okay, interesting. Chasm bats. Well, finally we have an answer to that mystery as well. It's all coming together. Okay, and finally we have this place. Brennan's Crafts. Hello. Shush? What? This small brick workshop is one of the few proper structures in Muck. It is cramped and the ceiling is low, though someone managed to build a decent forge against the north wall. A tiny man sits at a crude wooden table, hunched with tools over a braid of twisted gold wire. Twisted gold wire? Oh, this is finally going to be the craftsman who can make jewelry for us. We've also been holding on to those materials for a long time. When you get close, he sets down his tools and the necklace he is making and says, "Visitor, I'm Brennan. I make things. You pay and I can make things for you." He doesn't say anything else. He isn't very talkative. You know, he doesn't need to be. This is a nice workshop. It is terrible. I hate it. It is all I could get people to build. It cost me. You paid people to make it for you? You work for free? No. They didn't either. People here are poor. They were happy to make this. They wanted a crafter here. How did you get here? Came to Frontier, looking for materials for my work. Came to Highground. He shakes his head. They kicked you out? No, I'm skilled. They asked me to stay. I didn't. I did not like them. You know, that makes me like you in return. Do you have anything for sale? Oh, he does. Okay, Clarity Talisman, Mage Spells and Hardiness. Is that an upgrade over what Xaz has? I want to say that he might have a necklace that gives him just not mage spells. What am I saying? Mage spells, obviously not for him. I was thinking magecraft or something like that. Okay, never mind. I don't know if it's better for her, but I will double check. Assault Crystal is nice. Ice Hydra Helm? I don't know. Stun resistance, cold resistance, not super exciting. I mean, I guess we are finally seeing actually enchanted items for sale, which is, it took long enough. Yeah, that being said, these are not the most exciting items. Blessed and Radiant and... yeah, well... it's better than nothing, but let's take a look at those custom items. Right, so you make custom items? I do. People bring me things. I look at them. I make them into what they want most to be made into. I can make many sorts of things. Each item is 300 coins. It's less for Evernights. You aren't an Evernight. He looks at your supplies and tells you what you can make. Okay. Mage's Gloves. Interesting. Fine leather, mandrake tincture, focusing crystals. Okay. I think we have 2 mandrake tinctures and 1 one of those demon spiles. Well, obviously, if these are really mage specific, then we would only need at most one of them, so that should be good. Learning crystal? Wait, learning crystal. Focusing crystal. Herbs and mandrake root. Interesting. I mean, a learning crystal is not wisdom crystal, so I'm not really sure what that is. Is that just straight up experience? Make a helmet for me. It doesn't even give the name of the helmet. Protective ring. Huh. Interesting. Did I miss the craftsman, or just forget that I already met the craftsman who makes something out of necklaces? Because the list that I consulted early in the playthrough said to hold on to a couple of necklaces as well. Any items in particular that are useful? Herbs, tinctures, bile, pieces of unenchanted jewelry, roots, quality metal, leather, crystals, ice dogs. Ice dogs, oh yeah. Right. The list did also list those, and I don't think I have any of them. Huh. So I guess he might be able to make more things. I might just be missing some ingredients. Huh. Okay. He does not have a book listing the various things he can make, unfortunately. Well, you know what? I was gonna say I'm gonna end the episode here and maybe check out what he can make off camera and see what's useful. But we can actually just take a quick look. So I'm interested in those mage's gloves, for sure. Learning crystal, also just want to see what that is. Sure, the helmet, protective ring. I guess that is actually one of each of the items he can currently make for us, right? So let's take a look. Well, that is a wisdom crystal, okay. Suede gloves, spellcraft, 2 spellcraft, 2 resistance, okay. Resistance, I believe, is mostly or just magic resistance, as the name implies. Oh, she has this one. Ah, that makes sense. So not an upgrade at all. Okay. Spellcraft, though. So in theory, I could use 2 pairs of these. Of course, if I do make even 1 pair, I'm guaranteed to find an upgrade over that quite soon. These aren't particularly amazing. Protective, but you know, that's about it. Blast bracers, also protective. The hit chance doesn't help if I want him to hit with this shockwave bow occasionally, so would be in my best interest to replace those. I mean, honestly, I can see myself making 2 of those. War Master helm, 25% fatigue removal is not bad. No penalty, sun resistance, and 2 levels damage in combat. Wait, that is exactly what she already has. That's kind of amazing. Huh. Bows and sharpshooter. I mean, you can easily carry the extra weight. The question is, I mean, obviously fatigue removal is amazing. Sun resistance can't hurt. 2 levels damage in combat. The question is that enough to make up for 1 level each in bows and sharpshooter? That is basically 10% extra damage and hit chance, right? 5% each for each of the skills. I really don't know. I wonder if it's easy to find the exact information on how much of a difference these 2 levels damage in combat really make. Huh. That being said, okay. Reload, because obviously I don't want all of those things. Oh, actually I never looked at the ring, huh? that's fine. The helmet, 5 fine steel. Mandrake tincture, okay, right. So I can't make 2 sets of gloves and the helmet. And it also does take my 1 demon vial. I mean, it makes sense. It's a really good helmet. Honestly, I'm amazed that it's the exact same as the one you get for the Slith Temple. Anyway, let's make another one of these. Armor ring. Oh, yeah. Okay. Fair enough. It's decent, but I mean, it's also very unexciting, so definitely not making that one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Should I make the helmet for Swafnir? I guess I'm gonna try to find out, see if I can find any information on how good those 2 extra levels actually are. I mean, with any luck, someone did the actual number crunching. And I guess that will help me decide if I want to make that. And then I'm gonna make at least one pair of those gloves. I mean, we might find another pair of spellcaster gloves that are as good or better, but maybe not two pairs, so, you know, having one crafted and then hopefully finding at least one before the end of the game for whoever I decide not to give them to, you know, should also be good. Or maybe it turns out that those 2 extra damage levels aren't really all that great, and I might not make the helm. We'll see. Anyway, interesting options for sure, between being able to craft, you know, knowledge brews here, knowledge crystals here, and, no, actually knowledge brews here, right. And there's also, apparently, something hiding behind this wall. Wait, did I might have overlooked this button here. That might be a real button, because the map suggests that there's something here. So I will take another look at that. Then there's supposed to be a pylon around here somewhere, south of the gate. So we'll want to activate that, of course. But you know, for the time being, I'm actually going to call it an episode here. That was all very interesting, and I'm actually surprised to see that it really is the cliche, right? The poor people here are all nice and desperate, but, you know, good-hearted, good-natured, and the people in Highground just really are jerks for no reason. Well, sometimes things really are that straightforward. I suppose the mayor is a bit of a jerk, but he might, you know, have a reason to. Also, there are 2 ways underground. Obviously, we have a quest for here. Not sure what to expect downstairs from the mayor's place, or what could be hiding in the secret room of the Explorer Corps. Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll find a way in there without angering them eventually. Maybe not. But we'll find out all of those things in the future. Probably soon enough. So, as always, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.